Rising family, how's it going? You guys give it every couple minutes, kind of jump in here real quick. It's not like a normal time, but I'm start trying to do some more lives here early in the morning. Been having some issues with my with my Wi-Fi, so it's been making it difficult for me to get any videos up as far as like the regular videos that I do. So now we're just gonna go ahead and go this way for a little live this morning. Shalom family, shalom. Hope everyone's doing well. Grand rising. As we're seeing all these changes happening, you're seeing how the heathen are raging right now. I said you see how all the heathen are just raging. Everybody's just going crazy right now, losing their minds right now about all these, about their civilization, their era, everything that they've been, working to build up is Most High is tearing down right now. Let me see here. So it's gonna wait a couple more seconds, a couple more minutes here for everybody to get on. So they don't even speak to you anymore, huh? That's funny. Yeah, it's looking beautiful out here this morning. Yeah, a lot of these people, yeah, they used to speak or whatever else, but now, like I said, it's easy to be happy and nice when you're on top. So as the Most High starts to bring you down, I said that's when, all that cordiality and everything else goes out the window. We're gonna move around. I'm in a park right now. We're gonna move around a little bit here while we're at the park. Good morning. So we'll take a little walk today. Enjoy the morning together. So as you can see, Cali shut down again. The vast majority of California shut down again yesterday. So now people are kind of worried about that right now. I said so. I had a lot of people were telling me that would never happen again. That they would never shut down again. Some family members were telling me the same thing. Like, I was like, okay, all right, well, we'll see. I was like, you don't have a choice. When the Most High says shut it down, He's gonna make you shut that down. That's just how it. That's just how it is. there was just a lot of pride for a lot of people telling us that, yeah, this isn't going to shut down again. It's going to stay open. And as you could tell, I said, most I shut it down once again. And other people are still fighting. Other states are fighting it as well. But I mean, ultimately, the Most High's will be done. If he's going to tell them to shut it down, he's going to shut it down. That's just how it is. But you could tell, like I said, yes, like I said, the other nations they're raging right now. Yeah, it's going to have to be a lot longer. Hold on real quick. It's going to be a lot longer of a shutdown than it was the first time. I said they can't keep it going the way that it has been. I said because the numbers are going up too high too fast. Hold on real quick. I'm trying to see your guys' comments as well. Yeah, I mean, there's going to have to be another shutdown. Like all these, we had all these things open and trying to open schools. I was like, are you crazy? On top of all the stuff that's already going on right now. Yeah, it's good to see people standing up, or just, not necessarily standing up for Deshaun Jackson, but really you're just standing up for the truth. Standing up for, they're not able to get away with just, oh, it's been debunked. And whatever we say goes. That's just we don't have those aren't the days anymore. That's what it's been the whole time. They've been able to just say, oh, that's been debunked, or oh, you're just talking about, you're just bringing up a certain name of a certain person, and anything that after that you just don't listen to. You can't tell it's all a setup, so they don't have to deal with the facts. It's always been about not dealing with the facts. It's always been not dealing with the actual problem or dealing with the actual statements, but just, getting all emotional, yelling and screaming. I was cracking up with that Deshaun Jackson was talking with Edelman from the Patriots, and they had like a really good conversation. I was like, I said we could have a really good conversation if he come over and talk to the Hebrews. Yeah, that's who Edelman needs to be talking to, the people who are actually well versed in the information. I said, what's he going to do? Talk about all the stuff that they've gone through in that one period or whatever else? I said, that's the wait. I said, we've been going through destruction for 500 plus years. So if you want to start talking about facts and things that have been going on, I said, anytime. So Twitter's been going crazy right now, huh? Getting this truth. Jewish fragility and Jewish privilege are trending. Yeah, I said that's what's going on right now. I said a lot of it goes back to. I'm trying to make this video, and that's why all of a sudden my Wi-Fi has been tripping. It goes back to the three parts, and then the Americas. And when we get into this other information, you're going to realize let me get out of this water. But it hits the phone. You're going to realize that a lot of it has to do with just making up an entire history that goes back to the three parts. The three parts, you're not sure, you don't know what it is or whatever else, is talking about Europe, Africa, and Asia, and how they had all that information. Well, they had none of us information over there. Okay, and then once they got over here after 1492. They started to transfer all the information from here to over there to make it seem like that's where everything originally happened. But it didn't. Pretty much all their information started in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. And that's why most of the information that we have just goes right there. Starts right there and stays pretty much in that general vicinity when you start talking about the Renaissance. There is a rebirth. The rebirth was getting all of our information and acting like it was theirs. That's all that was. That's why you don't see a whole lot of records pre like 1500s. You don't see like a whole lot of, they'll say things, but they won't prove it. You know, they're not going to approve it. They're not going to give it to you. You know, they're going to approve all the information that they have. You know, I think supposedly they have it hidden in the Vatican, but when you actually go into some of the when you go into some of the other books or the Vatican archives, that book that I have, you'll see like a lot of that stuff isn't there. A lot of that stuff isn't present. So they've been just, you know, yeah, we got this information, but they never prove it. Yeah, this is what we said it is, but they never prove it. That's what they've been doing the whole time. Not proving stuff, just saying it and not proving it. So just like, oh, we've debunked that. Well, prove that you've debunked it. They can't. They can't prove it. You know, I said, so once you start to understand that, then it starts to, a lot of things that you'll start to see of history um, will then start to make a lot of sense because they don't have any information pre 1400, 1492, very little. Remember we talked about how they were talking about the archives that they had authorized, but it was like very little information, and the information didn't explode until they got over here. So all the stuff they said that they were just what did they say? That there was they burned. They didn't burn it. They just took it over there. They just took it over there and made it seem as if it has always been over there. Because I mean, what great technological advancements did they have over there pre 1492? Pretty much none. But then all of a sudden there's an explosion of just knowledge, understanding, and getting things right after 1492. Check it out here. But yeah, and I said if you keep looking at the news and how things are just exploding everywhere. You know, I'm just looking at how, you know, the plague and how it's growing so much, and how you say you're dealing in two totally alternate realities. But now you got to think of it like this: two alternate realities also depends on these land masses as well. You know, I said the three parts has their, you know, reality, and ours over here has our reality over here. And now, right now, we're mixed over here, and you start to see like the two lines of people. Let me see here. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you're gonna give it all back. Exactly. Trying to see your guys' comments a little bit better. Yeah, they don't want to talk. They don't want to have that discussion about where all the stuff is. Where did they get it from? Prove this. Prove that. Prove, you know, that they canonized the Bible in you know 325 AD. Prove all that information. I said, you know, I said because now we start getting to the other books. They show they have no documentation for it. It all starts to make so much sense. How, you know, we only use the 1611 Bible and everything else. And even with these these sports teams, you know, they said they're trying so hard to get their distraction going. I said they're working so hard to do that, and you know, a couple of these athletes at the top are really pushing for it. I said, but all of a sudden now, yesterday, Russell Westbrook ended up testing positive. Yes, you know, they're trying so hard because that was the whole key of their society, just like in Rome, with the games, the distractions. As everything is falling apart around them, get some distractions going. Hurry up, get those distractions going. We need those distractions to get going. So that's what they're trying to do now, especially as everything is falling apart now. If they could try to get these distractions going, you know, they'll have a much better chance trying to keep control. But that's not going to happen. That's it. Bread and circuses, yep, games. I said that's their whole MO. Now we understand that. And a lot of these dudes, a lot of these athletes, I said, that have been pushing. I said, some don't want to, some do. I said, but kind of like when you take the bag, you got to kind of do whatever it is that they say. But the Most High is going to handle it. I said, you're going to see a lot more people coming down with the plague. And one thing that they were talking about, well, I better not get into it, because you know how they'll just shut things down if you start about certain subjects. But I'll put up a post that I got about, it talks about how it affects you, even if you don't die, but how much the plague affects you. Even if you go through it, and there are a lot of effects. But I'll get the information and put that on a video when I actually get my Wi-Fi going again at the house. Let's see what else we got here. Yes, they're definitely trying to demonize us. They're trying to demonize us all the time. Put up the most militant groups they can possibly find. And then I'm cracking up with all the people talking about Black Lives Matter, all these YouTube channels. They try to put anything bad that's going on in the world, it's Black Lives Matter that's doing it. That's it. He wants to open. Every day y'all want to open it, the Most High shuts it down. I said it's the Most High's will now. Whatever the Most High decides, that's what's going to happen right now. Yes, that's what my brother 12 was talking about. A lot of these ATMs. Have you guys noticed that around the your area? If a lot of ATMs don't have cash to dispense, have you guys noticed that? I've been noticing that as well. I don't know if you guys have been noticing it where you guys are at, since everybody's we got people from all over the place. Are you guys having the same thing? 32% of mortgages and rent not paid in July. Yep. I mean, it's only going to get worse. Coin shortage, Says Lady J, Big Judas, a report of the Jewish people leaving to the U.S. and going to Israel. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people gonna be leaving. Yeah, Florida's a mess. All these states, Florida, Arizona, all these, like I said, the heathen are raging. They don't want to shut down anything. They don't care at this point. Texas. Said, I said Houston, Dallas, all these places. They're talking about the big ones, but I'm sure other states are having issues too with the plague as well. Business where you are is dead. Yeah, I mean, he said the whole system, I said, is collapsing. Heartlight every time they open places, the more cases they say. They haven't blamed it on the public. I'm cracking up with well, we have this, you look at the news, well, we have these surges. Do you guys know why we're having them? I'm like, you guys are stupid. You guys don't know why you guys are having them. I said, all right, I said, that's pretty much, I said, what's going on right now? Everybody's just playing the dumb role. We don't know why we're getting these cases. Where did we find this at? Where did this come from? Just like white Jesus. Who set this up? We don't know who set this up. We're gonna investigate it and find out who set up white Jesus. These guys don't take responsibility for anything. Nothing is their fault, and they're always gonna, investigate. They're gonna investigate themselves and find themselves not guilty. It's just laughable at this point. But I think it'd be good to kind of get together like this morning right here and kind of just get a chance to kind of talk. You guys get a chance to kind of put out some ideas here. Churches in the parking lot. I saw a video on social media this morning. It was so funny. It was like the dude had a remote control car with a little bucket strapped to it, and it was driving it around to get people to give tithes at a church. It was like by any means necessary or something like that. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was funny. There was some church that did that. In Brazil, they're praying out in public. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they probably are praying out in public out in Brazil, everywhere, probably out here too. I know that one of the big churches was having something out in like in a drive-in movie theater area and stuff like that as well. Yep, this is the first time that I have lived so good since family started praying twice a day since January. Says the Most High is showing with that He hears our prayers. Let's continue to pray, family. Exactly this. Make sure we're praying 12 o'clock your time, anywhere you guys are at, and then 6 o'clock West Coast time. Again, said you can see. I said the Most High is just look at the society since January till now. Good Times Jesus is definitely on vacation, and they're still. I mean, how are you still praying to that at this time? I have no idea. Exactly, a coin shortage. Huh? Just looking at some of the comments here. Listening to the birds. It's bright. How is bright? The anti-maskers. I mean, I see them all over the place on the news, going crazy about the mask and feeling that everything is fake. I didn't hear that about Walmart family drive-in events and parking lots. I haven't heard that either. Yeah, they're Sundays. Yeah, I said with these churches closing and everything else, I said it's just crazy. I said these people, like I said, losing their minds. You know, that feel-good Jesus they used to have, I said, isn't there anymore. Do I lift? Not as much as I want to. I said all the church, well, I said the gyms were closed for a long time. I never went back. They opened them up again. I said I never went back to the gym. I said been lifting some in the house, but not as much as I would like to. But that's not the time right now. I said the time is to make sure that we do the will of the Most High. A lot of things right now that we used to be able to do that we're not able to do as much as we would like. I said because we're in a different time right now. You know, I said things are changing. I said we're ready for that switch. You know, we're waiting for the Most High to switch us from the fishers to the hunters. We know that we're really close to that right now. So a lot of things. Thank you, 12. There you go. Just got to get it done at the house as much as you guys can. Stay healthy, eat better. I said, you know, as much as we can, you know, reduce our stress level. You know, I said, as this empire falls, that we're going to be dependent more and more on the Most High. And that's what's moving right now, being switched from the tail to the head. I said, and that's what's happening right now. in the spirit world, you know, it was already deemed, and now it's manifesting itself here in the physical. There are people are realizing that they can't get any truth from the other nations. You know, I said we used to and that's when you're in the head position. You're able to go ahead and push whatever it is that your God gives you. So their power was given them. You know, move everything over to the three parts. You know, we're the head over here. You know, everything you guys need to to get understanding is over here in the three parts. You know, anything pre-Columbus, you know, we don't accept. Well, when you're the head, you can do that. But see, now the Most High is awakening his true people. Now that head is coming back to the original lands, to the original people, and to our power. So that's what you're seeing right now. So it's a movement, you know, from the king head, the kingship, from the three parts back over here to the Americas, to our lands and our people. And, you know, the people who want to understand what's going on and have, you know, if the Most High is calling them, the chance to be saved from what's coming, they will be moved to follow the true power, which is our power, and then the true people, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, I said he's clearing out our lands. That's what he's doing. You know, he's making it look really good to go back, you know, to the three parts right now. I said because the three parts seems to have a control of these things going on over there much better than they do over here. Yeah, I'm noticing Israel's going back to gardening too. Exact gardening, and definitely going back to a lot more of the natural, like things like such as oils, crystals, stuff like that. You know, in order to get our spirits right, our chakras together, in order to heal ourselves, in order to improve our health. Going back a lot more to the natural. And we know that except once the Most High starts to give us more and more of our land back, our powers back, our knowledge back, I said how much better things are going to be. Start walking back over here real quick. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's amazing to see all the stuff that's going on, but it's all making so much more sense now. You know, all the things we've had to go through for the last, you know, 500 years. And it's just crazy how, like I said, the other nations seem to think that they don't have to go through absolutely anything. That they just get to, I don't know, just acknowledge our plight, and that's good enough. But there's a lot more that needs to be done than that. Like I said, they're trying so hard to make it seem as if they're not going to be able to have to pay for anything. That's what's so important to them, is they get to decide how everything's going to go down. But that's not how it's going to be. Hold on real quick. All right. Okay. Let's see here. All right, we're back. I think that rude awakening is already happening right now. I think they're already getting that root. Many people are already getting that rude awakening. You know, I said now it's March, from March now to July. A lot of these people seem to have thought that things were going to go back to normal somehow. But as you see, it's only getting worse. You know, I mean, some people are already getting it. They're already understanding that, you know, it's a wrap. These people don't have they don't have the will to try to fix things. They don't, I mean, you just look at them. I mean, like, you know, all they had to do was kind of try to work together to kind of keep, you know, the plague down, and it's like they don't have the will to do that. Yeah, I know there's people having like a lot of issues with watching the videos as well as commenting on them as well. My air conditioner is making a lot of noise. Yeah, well, like I said, now that we know, well, about them being, about these beasts still in denial and very defiant, even still, I mean, that's true. But I just showed you the spirits. That is, you can easily now see the different spirits on people. That we're not all equal, we're not all the same. We all don't have the, you know, the same spirits. Just like it talks about in Psalms about people being born lying, you know. You just tell they're born a certain way. Heathens having nightmares of slavery to Jacob. Yeah. All right, thanks, Ak. You can hear? Good. And I've heard that too. A lot of people having dreams about going into slavery, or sorry, nightmares about going into slavery. Yeah, I said, and that's because now we're in that time where the Most High is unleashing the Holy Spirit, unleashing these angels, you know, and they're just letting people know what's coming. No, I haven't seen the new series Cracker. I haven't seen that one yet. I don't watch a lot of television. Definitely, we all have to pray and fast. Yeah, I watched some dude. I might do a video on his dreams. He was talking about how he had dreams and he knew everything. He dreamed from, I don't know, March to June, things were gonna get really, really bad. And he saw all this stuff happening before. I was like, yeah, okay. But even, yeah, he might have, I said, but they still don't have the right context. They're still looking at everything through their Christian context, their white Jesus context and everything else. You know, talking about how things are gonna get really bad in November. You know, and it's like, well, why is this? Why is this? Why is all this stuff coming? Why do you guys said you guys are a Christian nation and that God loves your country and this and that? And, you know, why is all this stuff coming to you all of a sudden? You know, if you keep on talking about, like I said, abortion, where y'all keep on saying that you don't have to pay for the sins of other people, so that couldn't be it. That was your whole reasoning before. I mean, you know, the Most High always has to set the conditions. You know, he has to create the setting, and if he has certain, you know, prophecies that need to be, you know, fulfilled, then he's got to set up the setting for that. So when you talk about Psalms 91 and 1,000 dying on one side and 10,000 dying on the other, the Most High has to set those conditions, and that's exactly what he's been doing. Yeah, they're definitely going to be fighting each other, and that's already, you know, even about MASH. They got one group saying something, another group saying something else. You know, and I said they can't even figure out what they need to do in order to try to even save their country. They're sitting here fighting while their country is just, you know, devolving quickly, and they can't even come up with a plan. Can't even come up with you know, who gets to open up the door first. You know, they're fighting over every little thing, and they can't figure anything out. Yeah, you saw. Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but it was some guy. It kind of popped up on my feed, and checked it out. Thank you, Peter Ferguson. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, it does not make, these people are not making any sense whatsoever. You would think that, hold on, I'm trying to right here. You know, you would think that in order to save their nation, they could come together and just come up with a plan, figure things out. But as you can see, they can't. When they've had issues before, they had Jake to sit there and fight for everything for them and work everything, you know, with them. You know, they had our prayers going, you know, up to their gods and whatever to give them power. I said, they don't have that. And I said, we're praying to our power now. So that takes away knowledge, understanding from them. I said, they've used our people to get knowledge and understanding and get things going here for their system. Now they don't have those prayers anymore. They don't have those powerful prayers anymore to help them anymore. So now everything is devolving. Now we can see who they are. We can see what they're all about. I'm hearing so many about them freaking out over dreams and watching for the signs in the heavens. Yep. I said, but their thing is they're still looking for a rapture. They think they get to destroy our people, run everything into the ground, and then get raptured away. The Giants had nightmares in the BFG movie. Yeah. The demons already know what's coming. They already know that their time has come. And they're crying and very upset. I said, because they know that their time is just about over. And I like that. Do their dirt and bounce? I don't think so. Exactly. That's true. Educators, teachers are retiring early or quitting. Exactly. Like I said, everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. And the more information that we bring out, you know, to get clarity as to what they've been doing. I said, as we get more clarity of everything else, I said, we understand, you know, what's going on right now. And we know ultimately the Most High is in charge. Cosmic Slop, no, I haven't seen that one. That's true. We are hunting mentally and spiritually already now, and that's true. I said every time we come up with more videos and more truth, it's like you know, slicing and dicing the other side, slicing and dicing the wicked. I said because the wicked can't do anything with this truth. You don't hear them trying to debunk it. All they try to do is think they think that they're still in some position to ignore it. Thank you, Didier. All praises. I appreciate that. It's all praises to the Most High that He gives me the opportunity to His will. I appreciate that. but that's for all of us. You know, I said we're all working together to do the work. You know, I said so. You know, I get a lot of support, and I appreciate that, and that helps us to go ahead and work together to get more information out to the people. And that's how I look at it. It's a family. It's a whole family thing. It's not just me. I said we got other brethren who are doing other videos, but it's people behind the scenes, I said, that are just as important. You know, I said so, and that's how it should be. It's going to be Jews and Gentiles working together at this last hour to keep pushing the Most High's word. I said I'm not the one who chooses who gets to come into this. I said that's all the Most High. So if He calls people, I said that's how it should be. Why won't I answer who? I don't even know who Unique Israel is. You can ask me all the questions you want. I don't even know what I haven't even seen your question. But I don't know why people seem to think that they get to just bogart the conversation, and that we need to break down things for them or answer whatever question is they want answered. That's called research. I don't even know what your question was. I was looking at Ancient Gardener about the whole 10 years ago and the ish. Okay, well, you tell us, Unique Israel. You tell us what is Isaiah 13, 21, 34, and 14. What is it talking about? You go ahead and tell us. Let us know. These people all the time want to ask these certain questions. I mean, I'm on a live. I don't have all my stuff sitting in front of me. But that's typical. Oh, I'm not even worried about it. They're not bothering me. I said they can ask. You know, there's certain people that they always want an argument. I have to look that stuff up anyways. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to go back and do research or go check out old videos. They want you just to break everything down for them. Yeah, I'm going to, instead of talking to the almost 880 people here, I'm just going to answer your question. Because I guess that's what I need to do. Like, these people, man. Exactly. Go kick rocks. Exactly. Just checking out your guys' comments right now. Yeah, usually Ancient Garden, I just ignore them. I don't even waste my time. I've been having trolls now for quite a while. You know, I said, bro, break this down for me, or explain this to me, or show me how America is Israel, or show me where Jerusalem is in America. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they get on my nerves too, but you know, you gotta understand, like I said, that's what they do. I said all they want to do is, people want to do is argue, explain this to me, break this down for me, but they don't want to do any research. If you don't want to do any research, we got nothing to talk about. It's real simple. I used to get upset about that stuff, but it's not even worth it. I mean, people making these videos, they used to make all these videos about me and whatever else, and cussing and acting a fool and whatever else. And you need to come explain this to me. You need to come break this. Like these dudes are like they're people. Like they're somebody. Like they're over me, and I need to come over and explain them like they're my dad or something. Exactly. They made the platform even bigger. Exactly. Nope, they don't get any power. Exactly. I said that's why I don't waste my time. I said I wouldn't have never gotten this far had I been trying to waste my time explaining everything to everybody. Exactly. Study show thyself approved. Exactly. There's plenty of hundreds of videos from there. Go back and go look at that have plenty of scripture that backs up, the things that we say over here. Exactly. Trust the word. Exactly. Go back and research what I say or what I've been saying and what we've been learning over here. Said for a long time, people have been attacking and whatever else, but not as much anymore. It's very amazing times to be living in right now. Exactly. Go look in the Book of Mormon. Go do some research. I just, like I said, that's one thing that kind of has gotten to me as far as people not wanting to research. Exactly. The Holy Spirit will teach those who are seeking the right, exactly the right path. That's it. Yeah, and we still have people who, want to have debates or discussions, but won't read any other books. It's like if we don't read it, if we are not talking about the same foundation, then there's no reason to have a discussion. Yep, the separation of wheat and tares has been happening for a very long time, actually. So it's been happening for a while now. Yeah, and that's one thing when you're talking to the Gentiles, they don't want to talk about the Bible. They don't want to have a discussion about the Bible. And it's not just the Gentiles, even our own people. They want to just have that love doctrine all the way, even till today. I said even when they're showing you their true colors, even till today, they still think we can just love it out. We're gonna just hug it out all the time. Like, nah, we're good on that. Yeah, these books. I said these books are ridiculous. Brother sent me another, example of another book. It's like $1,000 for the book, up to $4,800. And it's just so much information out there. There's so many books and so much information that they've hidden that they really just need to give back. They really just need to just give this information back. If they want things to not go as bad as it has been going on them, they need to just start giving us that information. The Gentiles are definitely losing the fight, and they feel it exactly. They're not losing the fight with us; they're losing the fight with our Father. When it talked about that, the times it said they were fighting not against us, but they're fighting against our Father, and that's exactly how it's been. But before, the Most High had turned His face away from us. Now the Most High has turned His face back to us. So now it's a much different fight now. We got to definitely stay in the fight. We keep praying. All we got to do is pray. Our Father will fight for us, and that's exactly what He's been doing. Exactly. Where was the love for the last 400 to 500 years? They keep on saying love, 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 and all lives matter, but all lives matter has not mattered for the last 500 plus years, and there was no love for the last 500 plus years. Really simple. So now it's not all of a sudden now, and that's what they've been doing with the whole Black Lives Matter. You can't say anything about anybody else, because if you want this movement of Black Lives Matter, then you can't say anything else. That's what they were talking to about Stephen Jackson. You lost all credibility. That's what they were telling him, because you doubled down on Deshaun Jackson. You've lost. That's what they were telling him. So it's like you messed up all the good that you did for the last, you know, couple months. You lost it all with that. I was like, and see, that shows you how they're trying to control all the movements. They're trying to control, like, if we accept you, then that means you can't say anything about Ish or anybody else, because then you'll be a black bigot. I was like, okay, well, like I said, once you start putting some more muscle behind that whole Black Lives Matter and how you want to fix things and everything else, I said, then talk to me. Well, first of all, I acknowledge who we are. We're not black. Acknowledge that we're the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. But since you guys don't want to do that, that's why the Most High keeps on, you know, putting his foot in your butt, because you guys don't admit the truth. And as long as you don't, the Most High is going to continue to do this. And that's the whole thing. You know, everybody else, no one knows who they are. Everybody's called by bywords. But, you know, I said the Most High is not coming back to save, you know, different bywords. He's coming back to save his people, his nation. All right, brother, I'm going to stop it right there. Hopefully later on, if I can get my internet going again, I'll go ahead and upload some of these videos that I have already set up. All right. Shalom. Peace, family.